Hey, what's good, y'all? It is your boy Clifton Henri, nationally recognized and award-winning photographer, here with day 3, video 3 of my 10-day video series, where I'm diving into the weight we carry. And today we're talking about how I landed on the actual concepts that we went with. So let's get into it. All right, so after sitting with my thoughts for a little while, I knew I definitely wanted to include children and the concept of war and like the child soldier, right? Um, the bag of burdens, like the weight, a young person carrying this weight, I knew was going to be a part of this first image, this first shot, and the concept of protection, protecting ourselves. We heard PPE, some of everywhere. So I knew I wanted to have like some kind of helmet or vest or protective equipment, things like that, right? I also thought about, and this is the idea we went with. This is actually the piece over my shoulder that we're talking about. Is like a war memorial, right? So I'm thinking child soldier, war memorial, a silhouette profile situation, kind of referencing like the idea of the unknown soldier. Like this could be anybody. So like the identity of the kid in this image, it could be me, it could be you, it could be any one of our nephews, sons, or fathers, or anything. So that was important. I wanted that to be kind of like a symbol or a reference of just Black America and the burden that Black America has been carrying by being consistently told to wait. Wait your turn, wait your turn. Things will change. They'll change at our pace. So continue to wait. On the verge of being a first-time father, right? The idea of protection and protecting our kids, protecting our children, definitely played a big part in this piece. And the daunting responsibility of me, of us as parents, as adults, as community, to protect these kids is paramount. That's almost our number one responsibility, right? Protect the future, preserve the future. It's unfortunate as hell that this is how we have to provide protection, right? And we're passing on burdens that they shouldn't be carrying. The world should be better than this, right? But this is a recognition of our reality. Hence the war memorial theme that I brought up. It's a signifying piece, a reference point that this is our reality, this exists, this existed, it's currently something we're working with and through. It's an important figure, I think, it's all of us in actuality. So adding like the protective equipment, like the helmet, although the first thing you think of is like physical protection, but think about mental protection, right? Like we need to, in our focus, in our mental health, sometimes we have to put blinders on in order to stay on track. Sometimes we have to blind ourselves to what's going on around us in order to stay focused. Sometimes we need to cover our ears so that the chatter isn't distracting us from our mission. So the helmet kind of signifies, or is a symbolic part of carrying or taking care of your mental health. And then the juxtaposition that's there with like the child soldier, even looking at the size of the backpack in comparison to the young man that's carrying the backpack. It's like the size of the burden that we put on this little person. I wanted to play with that juxtaposition as well. And like the idea, if you think of war movies or war situations, like you could be walking Walking through the jungle, perfect day, beautiful skies, birds chirping, X, Y, and Z. But guess what? This existence isn't pretty. Like, we are at war. Don't be distracted by the pretty colors and the sounds, the attractive sounds and the scents and the smells and things like that. Keep your head on a swivel. We are at war here. There's no time to play games. There's no time to be a kid. There's no time to be youthful, and there's no room for fun here. You know what I mean? Like, it's a serious thing. So I wanted to convey that a little bit, and how kids can't even be kids with the pressures that we're putting on them. You know, the trauma won't allow for it. So these are some of the thoughts the thoughts that helped me come to the deciding on the concept for the piece, The Weight We Carry. I hope that gave you a little bit more insight on like the decisions I made for the piece. I'm gonna dive into more details in future videos. All right, so tomorrow is day 4, video 4, and we're gonna dive into how the weight we carry fits into the overall theme of the body of work, The Weight We Carry. I know it's the signature piece and the first one that was completed, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. All right, see y'all tomorrow. Peace.